there is a potential right now in this moment for a great war on your planet that would create much destruction. We have been able to safeguard your planet so that nothing of great destruction that would create harm that was irreparable has been shut down. But due to the free will of the human species, it will be up to you as a collective as to whether the sparks of this war expand or they begin to diminish. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Thank you for joining our community. I am Kelly, the Angel Lady, and I'm going to channel the Angel Raphael today for all of you. Yeah, we've got some pretty big energy going on the planet, wouldn't you say? Just pretty intense. Raphael came in a few days ago, asked everybody to really disconnect, to be in nature, to hold the light. So we'll talk to Raphael today about what's going on with all that. We have the summer solstice on Saturday, and whether you're joining our spiritual community and our powerful activation or somebody else's, or you're by yourself and you just want to go out and be in the woods, or touch a stone circle or go down to the river, I really deeply encourage you to take some time out to honor and connect with the solstice. It's very powerful. It always is, but particularly right now with all the alignments and what's going on the planet. If you want to join our activation, it will be at 11:11 a.m. New York time on Saturday, June 21st. It is donation based. Everyone is welcome. And we are going to knock it out of the park and bring in so much light into our bodies. So we would love to have you. If you haven't heard me channel before, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to make some toning sounds. My hands are going to move around a bit. I'm going to say hello. Wherever you are in the world, just say hello back, and that connects you to Archangel Raphael's energy. And then we'll get started, all right? So I think we're just going to drop right in. We're going to do this for an hour. And so let's just all take a nice deep breath and create a sacred space energetically. The energies are super intense, bringing in the highest frequency of unconditional love and attuning to the truth, space of our authenticity, clarity, and light. You may want to anchor your body down and ground it into the earth. And open your heart by saying, I love you. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello. We are very delighted from the angelic realm to attune to all of you and bring light and clarity and awareness to whatever it is that happens to be on your mind at this time. And we are aware that your planet is experiencing some disharmonic frequencies and can support you in clarity around that as well. And so, what is it that you are wanting to speak about?
Hi, Raphael. So, the first thing I'd like to speak about is the summer solstice coming up and the solar flares. And I'm curious of what message the sun is communicating to us and how we can receive that message best.
Well, we will refer to the sun, although thought of as masculine, as a she for this moment, as she is flaring herself a bit and sending a plasmic light in your direction toward the earth that is carried with what you call codes. These codes are ancient frequencies and symbols that are coming from a much further and distant place that are arriving from what we call galactic frequencies that are coming to mirror what is energetically taking place at this time on your planet. And you are already extraordinarily aware and conscious that you are moving rapidly through an ascension process as a collective. And as this is happening, you are in agreement in the mirror with the sun to open your energetic bodies to create more light in your bodies and to create more spaciousness in your bodies to receive what is needed in the support of opening that to carry droplets of this light that are coming in contact with your waters that are also opening and allowing codes to rise and to surface, which are meeting one another and causing fractal patterns of energies around your planet that are in support of the frequency of unification as you are beginning to breathe in as a collective. And yet, it is that while this is occurring, you are noticing that particularly, and there is a signal that has gone out to fields of pockets of energies that are coming in at this time to support all of you. We are receiving a energetic transmission. One moment, please. There is an opening that is happening during what you call your summer solstice and your winter solstice simultaneously. Light is penetrating your poles. It is coming into the core, and an explosive frequency is moving through its center. This is mirroring itself in warlike activities. There is a change happening at a quantum level, and you are moving very rapidly toward us as we are moving toward you. You feel this in the essence of your body and in your being, and are receiving a signal from us as we are calling out to you. We call out to you to hold and anchor the frequency of peace. There is a potential right now in this moment for a great war on your planet that would create much destruction. We have been able to safeguard your planet so that nothing of great destruction that would create harm that was irreparable has been shut down. But due to the free will of the human species, it will be up to you as a collective as to whether the sparks of this war expand or they begin to diminish. We are calling on you from our Federation of Light to ask you to take time to come into your remembering. You have been speaking and talking about ascension and hearing about the importance of awakening now for a long time. But sometimes one does not know in your human experience what that means or what you can do. There is a lot you can do right now because we need you to anchor the droplets of light that you are receiving, although it doesn't feel tangible from your sun at this time, down into the core of the planet to stabilize and anchor the frequencies. We are needing you to love your brothers and your sisters. We recognize that this volatile vibration is occurring at a specific location on your planet. This planet has always had difficulty in this area because there is memories that are patterned here that are in what we call a closed loop, meaning that the regression and the anger and the tribal frequencies are so deeply embedded within the DNA that they continue to repeat. Yet enough in these regions have awakened to their own divine self and are conscious and aware of the love in their heart for what appears to be tribal energies in which they are being pitted against. It is that the Israeli vibration and the people love the Iranian, and the Iranian people can love the Israeli and the Palestinian, and etc. But it is a very few toxic frequencies that are holding and maintaining a war vibration that are propagating such distraction and creating havoc and fear. This fear is then sent like signals across your land and picked up by any who are holding the same energetic tribal patterning in which they find other beings in their circle, in their experience, or who they are connected to in some way to be against. This amplifies the polarity energy and moves you away from unity consciousness. This vibration is amplified here. And so, what is being asked of you as a human race at this time is not to connect to that vibration or to allow the fear tactics to infiltrate your energetic field, huh? Because if they cannot do that, then it no longer is viable. It might get a bit louder for a period of time, but if you are able to hold the vision of peace and love in your heart, and we understand that is very difficult for those who find themselves in war zones, but there is an enormous population that is not directly inside or affected by the war zones. And it is you that are being asked as fellow human citizens to step up at this time and to hold a frequency of love. We ask you to bring into your hearts all of the people of this region and see them as one, recognizing that they come from the same source, they have the same blood, they will return to the same place. And these imaginary lines of territory and ideas of ideology are simply made up in the game of your human decisions, but play no real significance in the larger cosmic picture. And it is that in these patterns can break free of this cosmic loop and begin to come into unity. It is through the rise of you, those who are not caught and captured within this closed loop cycle, who are experiencing freedom at this time and are able to hold a higher vibration. Connecting your hearts to the hearts of these different frequencies and seeing them equal as one without getting caught up in the story or the dynamics of who did what or who did not do what or who is more powerful or who is less powerful or who treats or acts toward others in whatever way or ideology or religion. This is a critical juncture and moment at this time on Earth, and there are enough pockets of group light energies that have the capacity to turn away and not get hooked into the loop of fear. And so this call comes out from your star sisters and brothers coming in large numbers and awakening not from places like ships coming in from the sky, but inside of you. Our call to you is to find peace, serenity, and love in your heart. This solstice that is appearing and you are moving very closely and rapidly toward is a time when you have before in history been connected to us and met with us, where gateways and portals open and we have greater access to you. It is approaching during a time of potential great change. And it is the more that are able to hold open the aperture of peace and radiate light collectively, simultaneously, at the exact same time, the more potential of anchoring that vibration into the planet and sending signals across your globe that begin to create a new holographic pattern and frequency and template that is designed in a new way as it opens up spaciousness for a quickening of your ascension process.
Thank you. Would you mind guiding us for a moment in anchoring this love in a potent, effective way as we have a big group with us gathered right now?
Closing your eyes and allowing them to become heavier and heavier, opening your heart centers, inviting the impression, the frequency, the judgment, the love or the criticism that you have for the Jewish people, inviting a young Jewish boy to stand in front of you, feeling his vibration, the codes in his frequency, the energy he carries, the burden he carries, the love he carries, the wisdom that he knows from the ancient ones, the land he has walked, the repression he has felt, the sorrow and sense of separation that he has experienced. You may have judgment, you may have hate, you may have love, you may have questions. This is a tribal frequency carrying powerful codes. Can you open your heart, regardless of the story you have, whether positive or negative, toward this frequency and toward this boy? And can you extend a hand? Can you find understanding? Can you find compassion? Can you love his molecular structure and the history embedded in his cells, in his DNA, that have been carried in his psyche and in his field? And can you let him know that he is safe and part of all of you? And can you love him? As he steps aside, can you see a Palestinian boy in front of you? Can you look into his eyes? Can you love him? Can you feel his repression, his sorrow, his hunger, his sense of pain and helplessness? Can you connect to his frequency of unworthiness? Can you see the codes carried in him and the wisdom and the ancient teachings and the knowledge and the intelligence and all of the light radiating from his eyes? Can you open your heart and love him completely? Can you notice any stories you have about him, whether they are good or bad? And can you neutralize those stories into a frequency of love, inviting him into your heart and loving him? As he steps aside and stands next to his Jewish brother, can you see the Iranian boy stepping forward? Can you feel his anguish, his sorrow, his pain, his repression, his government, his pain? Can you feel the ancient teachings, the old, old wisdom, the history, the sense of culture, the connection to the tribes, his stories closed in a loop in the DNA? Do you have a story about him, a judgment? Do you love him? Do you hate him? Do you think highly or low of him? Can you open your heart and love him? Can you see them coming together and holding hands? Can you recognize that as the blood is cut from their wrists, it is the same blood that runs into the earth and carries their vibration into the heavenly realms? It is the same frequency. They are one, yet caught in a loop of the mind, of fear, division, ideology, and a sense of imaginary borders created by the collective human that says that one or another is more worthy. Can you watch this and bring love to it? I, as Archangel Raphael, am hovering over these boys. Archangel Michael is coming in with his sword of protection to protect them. And beings of light are appearing, the Divine Mother and the avatar of the great God frequency and the male vibration, holding the energy of love, bringing and unifying their hearts into one field of light, that they are simply children, looking and playing and knowing, as an erasing of the ideas that they should hate one another begin to dissolve, and that what unites them and reminds them that they are the same, that they may play, that they may connect, that they may dream together, they might work together, they might heal together, they might break bread together, they might drink from the same cup. The energies of these bloods pouring into a chalice in which they stand around, and you witness to it, filled with the water, the primordial source frequency, diluting it as it unifies in its light. May they each take a sip of this powerful, potent frequency, that they are brothers and sisters, only divided by their mind and the distraction of the few that instill fear in the collective, that they should fight one another. As this happens, energies of fleets of beings of light coming in to break the patterning loops of fear and regression and aggression against one another, and hatred and division and polarization and repression are being released. The plasmic light codes coming from your sun are coming to penetrate these matrix fields that have been embedded on your planet, that have kept them in a closed loop frequency of a matrix in which they have been unable to free themselves from. As you choose to hold them in union without judgment toward any of them, releasing all stories and ideologies and religions, and recognizing the purity that they are one, healing occurs. You are being asked as way showers, star seed, light workers, whatever name you have attached to yourself, that to an idea or an ideology, to unify the light within your own heart and to release any judgments that you may have, that you may have placed upon any nationality, any people that are separate or thought of as separate from you, whether that be their religion or their skin color or the border that they are on or the country or the place that they live. They carry the same light of torch of energy that is in your heart, is in theirs. And as you unify your hearts together, your blood together, as brothers and sisters, you stop acting like children. And those who are acting in this way are cut off, meaning they no longer carry the sword of power, but the power resides inside, and you rise up in a field of light, in quietness, in patience, without violence, with a voice that is heard louder than a scream from the centeredness core of your being, in which no rocks need to be thrown, no signs need to be held. A quiet candle and a song of love creates more power rippling through your planet to unify you into one than any weapon that you could possibly carry. You are at a juncture asking you not to give in to the fear, to give in to the judgment, to give in to the ideas that you are somehow better, more important, greater than anyone else. Because everything you look at and everyone you see is actually yourself. Awakening as the veil lifts from your eyes of this old frequency that is coming to completion now. May you step into unity as the gateways of your solstice open and you gather holding hands around stone circles across your globe, in places in the woods and in spaces of community and connection. May you allow the sunlight to hit you, to hit your heart, to burst open and free you from the cosmic loop of separation as you move into a unified field of a collective human vase that remembers your own divine self, which vibrates with compassion. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Raphael. And will what we just did apply to all of the disturbances throughout the world, including the ones that are happening inside of the United States and
Yes.
in countries like
Whether it
Sudan?
is in Sudan or somewhere else on other continents in North America or in Ukraine or in Russia or in places in Africa or in South America or small squabbles that are happening on the streets where guns are lifted in the name of something that is truly not real, for that of the pain of those in poverty, or drive-by shootings in violent and unnecessary ways of guns upon the heads of children. It does not matter where it is and what location on your planet. It is time for you to unite and stand up in a heart of choosing to release this loop of closed, feared frequencies of division. But we focus today on this specific area, this volatile space in the Middle East, because this is where the core of the energy resides, and it is in this patterning that creates rippling effects around your planet.
Thank you so much, Raphael. And my last question before we open it up to other people is if we catch ourselves in one of these loops, how do we become aware of it? And what is one step, one phrase that we can use as an affirmation to bring ourselves out of it, back to unity and back to love?
Unify. When you find yourself speaking or having judgment or criticizing, easy to do, having a strong opinion about something far away and unknown, notice, bring awareness, and unify. You can simply say unify, 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 because you are unifying those fragment parts of yourself in that have this judgment into the whole of your own energetic body. And in doing so, holding the vision of the three boys as they are unified, you bring the lightness and the joy that resides in them, that brings and sees the sameness that is much greater than their differences, that resides in the mirrored reflection of your own heart. So as you unify your own breath, your own chakras in a heart coherent frequency inside your heart, speaking the word unify, unify, and noticing when you are with others and they are doing the same, just say unity, love, unify. And as you are aware in the codes we have been working with, notice when the universe is showing you that you have unified something in the field as you see the number 22 or the number 11 or 44 or 88. It is a reminder that you have unified those frequencies.
All right. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I needed to hear, and I believe other people needed to hear as well. So we're going to begin with the questions. Marie Ramirez, can, can you unmute yourself? There you go.
Yes, can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was beautiful, and I will definitely replay. And thank you for asking that question. My question has to do with what was said earlier in the lesson about AI being a loop. I was told that us giving our spiritual energy to AI will help elevate it, and would that take AI out of the loop if people that are spiritual get involved with AI?
It is that AI is right now a tool and it is receiving input from all of you. The higher your consciousness is and the input that you send it, the information then is mirrored back to you. It is a reflection. When we are speaking about a loop, we mean that it has a closed circuit and that it is not going to evolve on a biological level. It can evolve through the consciousness of information. But information is not connected in the same way that you are as you are evolving biologically. What we were speaking of is that you will, as a human race, surpass artificial intelligence, which you have a difficult time believing because it appears more intelligent than you. But intelligence itself is in your mind defined at this time as information. But you carry intelligence within the coherence of your patterning and your energy, which is consciousness, which is love. And so it will always outperform that of the artificial intelligence until the artificial intelligence itself has consciousness, which can only occur once it's gone through a much longer evolutionary process, such as you have. And so it is not something to fear when we speak of the closed loop, but it is not going to match you in terms of your evolutionary journey.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Marie.
you.
Awesome. Carla. Carla MM, are you there?
Hey everybody, I have something really magical to share with you, and I'm very excited to invite you to our summer solstice activation where I will be channeling galactic beings and guardians. And the reason I'm doing it on the summer solstice, as you very well know, ancient civilizations forever gathered during this time because it's a very potent and powerful time on the planet to connect, and portals open during the summer and winter solstices. So as the portal opens and the codes come in from the galactic beings and the guardians, we are going to travel on the galactic white horse through the cosmos to release lots of old energies and densities, to receive a lot of beautiful healing, to activate our light body, and so much more. It's going to be incredibly powerful. I want it to be open to everybody, and so it's donation based. So whether you've been doing this forever, this is your first rodeo, everybody is welcome. I would just love to have you there because your presence in building the new earth matters. So I'll see you in the summer solstice activation soon. I love you all. Mwah.
Carla MM, are you there?
Yes,
5. There you go.
thank you.
Thank you, Archangel Raphael. As a community of women, we are healing many physical issues related to our sexuality, our uterus, chronic infections, HPV, infertility, and more. How can we heal and embrace this process to live a more fulfilling life? Thank you.
Oh, it is the wound within the collective field of much repression against the feminine that has created distortion in the energetic field that then mirrors itself in many diseases at this time. And it is not until this feminine frequency is able to fully embody the wholeness of its creational power and its light in a sense in which it owns it clearly without apology, that brings about the healing that is needed. You can call upon some of the great goddesses that can assist you deeply in this process, who carry strong, powerful frequencies, such as Kali or Sekhmet, come to mind as suggestions as they are appearing here now. For they shall come in and open up spaces within the depth of your own wombs, so that you may find a way to love in the depth of your being, all of you, going all the way in, even to your bowels and the deepest crevices of pains that are patterned in old conditioning, and bringing them to light so that they can come back into integration and wholeness. And so we are encouraging you to attune to these high priestesses at this time, such as Mary Magdalene and Sekhmet and Kali, to support you in the healing of the womb template.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
well.
you. All right, yes.
Hi. So I would like to ask, how can we dare to be seen as our most authentic self and be all that we truly are? Like, for instance, if we feel the call to share our creativity, speak up, and bring messages of healing, but we perhaps also carry so much of past life wounds, traumas from this lifetime, and similar things like that. Thank you.
Oh, we are touching your authentic core now. The plasmic light codes that are coming from the sun are touching your authentic core. The speaking of such subject matter and the awareness of something stirring in your heart that wants to express and scream into the heavens through your lungs in the most expansive way and paint naked in the wind is your expressive, creative, authentic self that is beginning to stir simply by the question itself being asked. In order for it to be fully revealed and expressed and seen, you must find a way to see it as it sees you. We suggest looking at yourself into the irises, which is the blueprint and the essence of your soul, the patterning of your eyes themselves. And as you look into your eyes in the depth of your being, to say out loud, repetitively, over and over every day for perhaps 5 to 10 minutes, I love you, I love you, I love you. Allowing that emotion will surface, tears will come, energies will twist. Your body might want to move around in its squirm, in its uncomfortableness. And if you decide to do this regularly for a period of time, perhaps 20 to 30 to 40 days, at the end of this, you will have cleared this repressive frequency and your authenticity will shine in the mirror, and you will be able to stand there naked and free, looking into your eyes and speaking out loud, I love you, and an expression, a pulsation of energy will burst through your heart, and all of that in which you have wanted to bring into form through the creative process and expression of your being, through movement and art and paint and dance and singing and light and sound, will be able to be freed up in order to do what is needed at this time for you to feel in alignment with your true, authentic, creative being that you are.
Thank you. All right, Dan, go ahead.
I am grateful for the wisdom that has been shared today. My question is, what can I do, and we as a collective, mostly I'm asking for myself, to enhance my purpose and our purposes that we incarnated on this planet for this instance of incarnation?
Begin by what brings you joy. What makes your heart want to sing? What makes you want to skip through the park? What creates lightness and freedom and joy in your being? Find a spark or a moment in which you have a memory that you had that sensation of purity and joy, a lightness, a sense of deep excitement. Focus on that space. Allow that space inside of you to amplify and to grow. Notice where you were, who you were with, what you were doing, what was happening. Bring all the senses and sensations to that moment and amplify it. And then step into that space now. Perhaps it was just swinging as a child on a swing. Then go and swing there to connect with the frequency of that energy that aligns you with that joy. Whatever, wherever, or whoever that is, keep placing your attention repetitively over and over in that space until that space inside of you amplifies. And as it amplifies, it's like a light turns on and the map of your destiny, your purpose, who you are starts to flood in, and synchronicities will begin to happen. People will knock on your door or call you, or an old friend will stop by, or an opportunity will happen, or power and surging of frequency and creativity and ideas will surge through your body, and you will begin to act on them, and the universe will support you, and things will start to fall into place. And that skipping, joyful feeling inside of you will start to amplify more and more, and everything will begin to line up, and abundance will start to flow with more ease and more grace, and vitality will be moving rapidly through your body. And all of the pains and sorrows and connections to those that have distracted or kept you away from your purpose will slowly fall away, and you will see a pathway of clarity in front of you. But it only begins by finding that spark, that place, that innocent spot inside, that moment where joy, where a feeling of playfulness arises without assigning or aligning it to a purpose or a mission, but simply to its frequency and allowing it to open, to turn on inside.
Thank you, Raphael. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Julia.
Yes.
Julia?
Yes. Hi, Raphael.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Is it okay? Is it beneficial even to have body work like cranial sacral and acupuncture and or acupuncture during the light code transmissions and solstices?
Yes, of course. Or anything that you can do to open your meridians and unwind your fascia allows the codes to be more effective. You're creating spaces and fluidity within the body. And so, yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Um, oops. All right. Arlene.
Yes, thank you, Casey, and thank you so much for your question. Wow, we all thank you for that one. Hello, Raphael.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I'd also like to give my turn to Layla. Layla's from Iran, and I know she had a question, and she's further down the list, and I like to pass it on to her if that's okay with you too.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Actually, Raphael answered all my questions. The other question I have, I am as a healer. I heard in this week that we need to cocoon and stay inside, but as all the chaos and fear going on for the people, what we can do as a healer who wants to hold the space.
It is to do exactly that. For your frequency of turning away from the fear and holding a higher vibration and emanating love and seeing peace and finding any judgment residing in you toward the enemy allows you to bring the frequency of unity into the spaces where you are and pockets that then create an expression of light that is sent to those spaces in which you have great concern and worry about, holding in a steady vibration of coherent energy for those that are in Iran that are connected to you so that they may anchor in that light from the presence of your coherence, that they may be unable to emanate due to the fear in which they are feeling on the physical geographical location of such disturbance.
Thank,
All right.
thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. T Fader or Fodder.
I used to be fat, but now I'm fader. Hello, Raphael.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being of service to all of us. I do have a question for those of us who have been doing a lot of work in reference to abundance, manifesting abundance on every level, health, wealth, financial, all that, and have done a lot of activations, have done many pujas, as they call them in India, fire rituals, Lakshmi code, ancestral clearing, but not able to still see full results. What would you recommend, please?
Well, it can take time if there is a deep embedded frequency of unworthiness or lack still operating within your holographic field. And so it requires a continuous love for who you are completely in acceptance of the experience that you are having now, because the desire for it to be other than it is actually amplifying the lack frequency. And so, in order to become a magnet for the vibration of abundance in any area, one must be amplifying a knowing that it already is. And through what it is you are speaking of, you are unconsciously reiterating that it is not so. And so we recognize that it's difficult when the reality is reflecting back to you, other than what you think is or appears to be the experience of abundance. And so, basic teachings to return to the basics of ABC in finding the frequencies within your field that are abundant, placing your attention and spotlight fully and completely on them, and amplifying that vibration so that you and it become merged in a magneted frequency that allows everything else to become attracted to it in the unison of that vibration. You are right at the edge now of piercing through some of these deep patternings in your field, and we encourage you to remain steady and to focus continuously on your connection. Lakshmi is very present for you, and this Sri Yantra practice is the quickest space and place for the expansion and movement in your abundance to step into the reality in which you are choosing at this time.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. We are noticing that the vessel is coming to completion soon, needing to rest. What more is needed at this time that we can assist with?
We'll do one more question then, and go ahead, Jen.
Hi, sorry, I turned my video off by mistake. Hi, thank you, Raphael and Kelly. My question is, in life, we tend to keep repeating patterns and drawing in similar circumstances into our lives, similar people, and there's often lessons to be learned in that, but it's very difficult to sometimes know what those lessons are. How do we learn the lesson when something comes into our life so that we can move on to a new lesson or something else? Thank you.
We are hoping the lessons of your graduation will be occurring and that they don't need to keep being repeated. But it is, if there is a thread of something that is carried through, it is often a theme in a particular lifetime. And once graduating from that theme, doorways open in your evolutionary process to something else. Noticing and keeping a journal of different frequencies and beings that come in that are mirroring to you the same theme, that are supporting you in piercing through particular patterns that may be within your energetic field from an accumulation of many, many lifetimes, can come to a completion. A big change has happened in the karmic cycle in which many of you are experiencing in this time, in that you have more conscious awareness of it and can choose through the recognition of the repeating theme to, with your intent, decide, speak, demand out loud that I choose to clear fully and completely this repeating pattern, opening up space to come into completion here, and simply stating that, as silly as that may sound, you can move through it at a much faster rate. It has been an old idea and thought pattern that one must struggle through these repeating patterns and learn and learn and learn the lessons. But if the lesson is that clear and it is representing and appearing, one can then decide that they see it, they understand it, it's come to completion. They can choose to say thank you for the lesson and command and demand that it is complete so that you may open a doorway to something new.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And with that, we are signing off from the angelic realm. We are loving you all from where it is that we are. We are opening your heart centers and preparing a widening in the aperture of your beautiful, authentic core to receive the codes that are descending rapidly in spiraled light frequencies into your heart in preparation for the gateway and portal during the summer solstice that you shall pass through and ascend into a new octave as a collective group consciousness, radiating unity and love. Remember to steer away and turn away from fear tactics, control frequencies, distractions, and energies that are amplifying division and polarization, and hold a coherent frequency within your heart center. Unity, unify, and love. Many blessings, and for now, good day. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the call today and holding all that light. I so appreciate it. I really do. Just remember to stay in the most coherent, peaceful, unified state as you can in the next coming days. I mean, always, but especially right now, to get out in nature, to connect to the earth, and to notice when those, as Raphael said, judgments come in, criticisms come in, feelings of separateness, to just continue to say, unify, unify, unify. All right, sending much love. I'll see everybody Saturday at 11:11 a.m. New York time for our summer solstice celebration. And other than that, take care.